When we first came up with Mindshield, it was always going to be something that we were going to expand, something that was going to be for more professionals, but also for more countries. The idea was always looking at how the fight against online child sexual abuse and exploitation is such a small field of very passionate people who all care very deeply about this topic. And so what we wanted to provide was a sense of belonging to this ecosystem and a sense of caring for each other. And so even if this is starting in Romania and starting for law enforcement, because these are the people who are at the front line trying to find and rescue children, but also trying to find offenders and bring them to justice, the idea was always to expand that base and look for mental health resources, for psychologists as well, for medical professionals, for forensic interviewers, for prosecutors, for NGO workers, for hotline responders. And so our hope is that we manage to use this as a pilot to then build up in other countries and for other professionals. And this is what truly deeply matters to me, that we are able to start a wave of that mental health support for the ecosystem. And I really hope that we managed to do that.
Mindshield is in many ways a pioneering project for Romania. It focuses on something that has received far too little attention until now: the mental health and resilience of law enforcement professionals who are repeatedly exposed to child sexual abuse material as part of their work. And the more we work on Mindshield, the more we realize how deep and complex this issue actually is. It is not simply about teaching people how to cope with difficult content. It is about changing cultures. It is about recognizing that repeated exposure to some of the most disturbing material imaginable can have an impact, even on highly trained, experienced professionals. There is still a lot of work to be done around awareness, around the way we talk about mental health in law enforcement, and sometimes around the idea that being affected by this work is somehow incompatible with being strong or professional. With Mindshield, we are trying to build resilience before people reach a breaking point. We are working with investigators, managers, and mental health professionals to create practical tools, strengthen psychological support, improve leadership awareness, and encourage healthier organizational responses to occupational trauma. And I think one of the most important lessons from this project is that protecting the people who protect children is not an optional extra. It is part of building an effective and sustainable response to child sexual exploitation and abuse. There is still a great deal to learn and a lot of work ahead of us, but I'm very proud that Mindshield is helping to start this conversation in Romania, and more importantly, to turn that conversation into practice.